Anin, Graeme Reed, Indigenous Cause, Ottawa, Nonjaba. My name is Graeme Reed. I'm Anishinaabe, English, Scottish, and some other things based in Ottawa at the Assembly of First Nations. I'm here today at COP25, day one of the 25th Conference of the Parties for the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. We're here as Indigenous reps to share what our ancestors, what our elders, and what our young people are telling to global leaders, not only in parties, which are countries, but also businesses, civil society, industry, and anyone that really listens to our voice. Specifically, I'm currently working to help coordinate with the Indigenous Peoples Caucus, also support the efforts of our delegation back home. So the Assembly of First Nations has leadership attending next week to ensure that our First Nations and our leaders back home, their voices are incorporated. One of the things that I think are really important for Indigenous peoples to be here is to ensure that parties are held accountable to the commitments that they've made. And there are two commitments that I think are particularly important. One pertains to those obligations to the rights of Indigenous peoples. That's contained within the preambular text of the Paris decision, and that has implications for different decisions that are currently being discussed by parties. One of which is around Article 6, which refers to market and non-market mechanisms to reduce emissions. One of the challenges that Indigenous peoples have seen in other market-based mechanisms is the lack of consideration by businesses and by states to respect the rights of Indigenous peoples in the development of different projects. So often examples are used in hydro development, they're used in carbon offsetting, they're used in just a variety of different forms that risk challenging and oppressing and marginalizing Indigenous rights if not appropriately protected. The other thing I'll say about that is I think there are new conversations with respect to nature-based solutions that if they don't respect those rights of Indigenous peoples contained within the Paris Agreement, also contained in international agreements such as the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, but also our legal orders back home, we risk at essentially replicating the conservation movement, which excluded Indigenous peoples from their lands, and we're looking to make sure that any discussions on nature-based solutions, on Article 6, or anything else under the UNFCCC considers Indigenous rights. And the final thing I'll say, specifically about the temperature target, we know that in 2015, parties committed to maintaining global warming under 1.5 with a maximum of 2 degrees. We also want to be cognizant that our elders, our ancestors have called on this long before those parties have decided that 1.5 is an appropriate target. And given those studies that we've heard now, the UN Environmental Program releases an emissions gap report. There's also a production gap report. We've increasingly seen that gap continues to increase despite the commitments that parties have made. And so Indigenous voices are here to hold those parties accountable and also teach the rest of society that our ways of knowing and our ways of being have allowed us to live sustainably with Mother Earth for thousands and thousands of years. And we hope that over the course of the next 2 weeks that parties will continue to listen through new opportunities such as the local communities and Indigenous Peoples platform, and also through old opportunities such as the Indigenous Caucus and also outside events. So Chimigwich, and look forward to the next 2 weeks.